Hi Libra, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your mid-month September 2022 tarot reading. This is a reading for all Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thanks to everybody for all the support. I appreciate you all. I've had more inquiries lately for personal readings. I don't do personal readings because I have a full-time career, and I feel like if I got into that, I wouldn't have enough time to do them for everyone. I'd have to tell some people yes and some people no. So until I have more time on my hands, I won't be, but when I do, I will make an announcement on the channel and let people know. And if you are new here, welcome. I post new readings on Friday, then again on Monday. So if reading doesn't resonate, just come back in a couple of days. Fridays are always a general reading. Mondays are something different every week. Last week I did a love reading on Monday. The week before that was a 4-month predictive. If you haven't seen that one for the months of September through December, there's a playlist for your convenience where you can find it. You also might want to hit that bell. That way you're notified when new readings are posted. And if you like tarot and you like the channel, I'd love to invite you to subscribe to Higher Source Tarot. All right, what advice do you have for Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What does Libra need to know, please, for the best and highest good of all concerned with Libra? Messages for Libra, please. We will start here with the tarot, and then we'll have the angel answers. Current situation, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. The immediate influence is the Five of Swords. In your subconscious, you have the Page of Wands. The distant past, you have the Queen of Swords. The more recent past, you've got the Nine of Wands. You have the Knight of Swords coming towards you. You're represented, I like this, as the Nine of Swords, but the person or situation you're attracting is the Hierophant. You have the Knight of Cups and your hopes and fears, the Empress and the outcome, very beautiful. Now, the bottom of the deck, you've got the Ten of Cups, the Hermit, and the Two of Wands. Now, we're going to get into this in a minute, but there's a reason why I really like this. The Nine of Swords represents the Querent, which is you. The Nine of Swords is needless worry. The Hierophant holds up his hand and says, be still and know. I feel like there's almost a personal message right here. Okay, they're trying to tell you everything's working out for you. So you have nice aspects for love with both the Hierophant and the Empress being here. You've got 4 major arcana. You have Virgo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo. You have quite a bit of air here, water, fire. And so you actually have Earth too in the Empress. Well, the Hierophant, pardon me on this. How about the Hermit? The Hermit's here to tell you that you're on the right path. You also have the card of the Visionary with that Two of Wands. So for some of you, let your mind do the action, okay? Let your mind do some work, but then take the action. Those of you, if it's a new job that you're looking for, be doing some research, get yourself out there, because with that Ten of Cups, that's wish fulfillment. It is the happy family card, but the Ten of Cups is dominion, it's perfection, it's a new cycle, and it delivers everything. It's the happily ever after, right? And so with the Hermit here, though, the Hermit says, know thyself. When you know yourself, you know the universe. So especially with work-related things, that Hermit, I feel like you have somebody new who comes in. And if there's some kind of a conflict, I do feel like it gets resolved. It may be a third party who comes in, a voice of reason with this Hermit energy. It also could be you too, if there's conflict around you. That even though it's Virgo energy, it may also be your energy as well, resolving a conflict around you. And so with this, I do feel like things are moving forward. You do definitely have nice aspects for love. But again, if there's some kind of a conflict about work with these Wands and Swords going on here, the twos are about partnership. So if there's a direct conflict, or it's something around you, like I said, where you're the mediator. With the Wheel of Fortune, it's the wheel of life. It's a wonderful card. It's like the lottery ticket of the tarot. And so, but with that Five of Swords, fives are change. So I do feel like you're going to end conflict, but somebody here, I feel like this may be a promotion or something where you get picked and you're concerned that it's going to have residual side effects, like collateral damage, like somebody gets mad Okay, let's just say it, like somebody's upset about your good fortune. I mean, it's kind of crazy, but I'd say if that's the case, you don't need them. If you're worried about moving forward and somebody around you is going to be jealous, you're worried about them not liking the situation, I would say move on from that. But ultimately, with the Wheel of Fortune, it's a card of cycles. It's a real turning point. It's change, but it also too with this, every cycle that you go through with the wheel brings transformation. So it's definitely a new cycle in your favor. When you have this too, they're trying to tell you that something better, something more is coming towards you. It's also ultimately with this, especially with this Five of Swords here, knowing when to hold on and when to let go. So if you've been hanging on to something that hasn't been good for you, with the wheel being in here, it may have an exit plan that you're not aware of. The universe hears conversations that you don't hear, makes moves that you wouldn't make, and it brings you into your true heart's desires. So with the wheel, things are definitely going to pick up. And again, if there is some kind of conflict, I feel like it ends up getting its own exit plan, whether you consciously thought that or not. It may come from your subconscious. So with the the wheel is very high vibrational. So with the Page of Wands in your subconscious, this is kind of an interesting card here. Pages are messengers. And so I've been talking about this book by Joseph Murphy. A friend of mine sent it to me. It's a YouTube audio book called Miracles of the Mind. And it really talks in depth about impressing upon your subconscious. So with this, and really the importance of your subconscious and manifesting, it's similar to Neville Goddard, but different. Well, anyway, with this, I will say it's about expansion. You may find that you have a vigorous energy in this with this being where it's placed. You may have more social opportunities. You're attracting those. You also, too, like I said, if you have somebody who's jealous around you, you may have new people who come in that are uplifters because you're attracting uplifters. If you have small-minded people around you, it just won't work with this. This is fun. It's fun. It's companionship. It's motivation though, too. So if you have somebody that's a real couch potato, maybe a roommate or even if it's a love interest, it's a significant other, they may end up making departure in this energy because with this, you're attracting somebody who's a match, somebody who is fun and spontaneous, but still takes care of business. So with this Page of Wands, you're going to have some new opportunities with work too, like we talked about, especially with that Two of Wands. It's all about expansion. And ultimately with the Empress, you'll have great creativity. Your ideas will be well received. So with this, you take the action. So some of you may end up, and I mentioned before with the job getting picked over someone else, and there's a promotion available. I do feel like it goes your way. So this Queen of Swords is in the distant past. And the Queen of Swords, you've learned the lessons that you've needed to learn here. It's great communication. I also feel like, too, at work, you have this, there's a level of respect here. This also, too, if it represents your boss, I feel like this person has taken a bit of a shine to you, Libra, with this energy. With this, it's somebody who's very intelligent, but also rather dry and sarcastic, witty sense of humor, and doesn't really put up with a lot, quite frankly. If it's wrong in their eyes. They don't make excuses for bad behavior and ignore bad behavior, especially at the workplace. So I do feel like you have somebody around you. It feels, like I said, more work related to me, although it could be, if you have, like I said, that couch potato on the laying around, they may make the exit too. But with this, I feel like this person sees clearly what needs to be seen, and they'll take action. They won't just keep allowing it because they need bodies in the room. It's also, like I said in the beginning, about learning from your lessons, learning lessons. So you don't keep repeating the same mistake here. With this Nine of Wands here, this is a wounded warrior. So you definitely had a challenge going on here, but that's going to be over soon. Nines are about completion, attainment. It's the new beginning that begins from this. So you've learned the lessons, just as we talked about with the Queen of Swords. So if we don't learn the lesson, it'll keep showing up in a different pair of pants. Every job we go to will have the same experience ultimately with just different players in the room. So with this, I do feel like you may have gotten worn out from somebody's energy, somebody who's a bit lackadaisical, a bit lackluster. But I do feel like they're a bit on they complain. They're not quiet about it. So it's not like they just lay there like a lump. So again, for some of you, if it's a promotion, it's been hard earned. You've done what you've needed to do. And you may have had to have some restraint, like I said before, with someone around you. So, pardon me on that. With the Knight of Swords being here, very fast moving energy. And you've got the change card of the 5. Knights come in of service. They come in to get things done. This one's going to move swift. Now, the swords are communication, but they're also about the truth. So this one brings in a bit of a brutal truth. I mean, there's no sugarcoating the message here. It does feel more work related to me. But those of you that are in a relationship that you know you need to get out of, or you have recently ended, may have ended on a very abrasive note with this. And nothing was left unsaid. I mean, everything was said, but, you know, again, we don't have to apologize for things we don't say. So it may have left a bit of a lingering effect. Maybe that's why I kept hearing collateral damage. They came from this. And so ultimately, I feel like it's connected to that 9 of Swords. It does generate a little bit of angst with this because it's so forceful. And so with this 9 of Swords, I do feel like you have needless worry here. I know it feels real and the circumstances were real, but you're moving away with it with the Wheel of Fortune, the energies that are surrounding you. As we get into the rest of the reading, the end of the reading is really beautiful. So with this, if you find that you're a bit restless, we talked about that book I mentioned. Neville Goddard taught this too. In the state akin to sleep, that's the best time to impress upon your subconscious. When you're right about to go to sleep. So if there's something that weighs on you, that's when you tell the subconscious what you really desire, what you really have, what you really are. And that's how it all moves forward. So when we look at this, your current state is the Wheel. We've got, of course, this lovely combination with the outcome here and the Hierophant. So for somebody here, you're going to attract a situation that's not only stable, but it's abundant. It may change quickly with the Wheel, but ultimately with the Empress, it's going to be grounded. Grounded and prosperous, though. So as we talk about the Hierophant, the Hierophant is a card of great morality. So in terms of a partnership, you may be attracting a Taurus here, but it also, too, could just be somebody who's got a lot of integrity. I feel like they're very much good by their word. And this is a card of unity, so it actually brings people together. So where you have these divisive, somewhat challenging air energy around you, you have this that's ultimately a rock. Now, if you already have a partner and you're saying, no, they're not the potato, it's somebody at work, this is your rock then. This is them showing up here. And so they may be a real source of comfort. And I also feel like, too, though, how it applies to a job is things will be resolved. That's what they're telling you here. This is all about a resolution. So you have the Wheel of Life, but you also have the keys to the universe here. You have deep spiritual card. It's deep spiritual energy. So meditate, pray, whatever you need to do. Listen to spiritual audiobooks if that suits you. You have a long commute, do it. Or some other car ride that you're going on. You have a Knight of Cups here in your hopes and fears. The card of the visualizer, the daydreamer. Another Knight of Service here, but this one brings in a resolution and an offer of love. In a job situation, though, I do feel like you love the resolution. It really speaks to more the metaphorical sense of not necessarily directly in a relationship where it applies to a job. However, in a love relationship, though, I do feel like you have a companion here who is they're very kind and loving and understanding is what they say. Well, we've got the multiplier of forms and ideas here, the path to the heart. So whatever you're asking about, that's what they're telling you. You're taking the path to the heart, to your soul. And I believe it was the Egyptians, somebody called the subconscious the heart. And so, or vice versa. And so with this, I do feel like you're getting exactly what you've asked for. This is a card of fertility too, though, so be aware of that. It's a wonderfully abundant, loving card. In this energy too, you've got a huge field of influence. People feel this and they want the very best for you. So do know that somebody here is looking out for you, Libra. It's very apparent in the cards. All right, let's see here what the angels have to say for Libra, please. Messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What else does Libra need to know, please? All right. Be headed into your season soon enough. You have helpful people. I mentioned that at the end, didn't I? A couple of times, actually. You have romance. So this person is understanding, but they also are romantic. They may do things to keep your mind off of that Nine of Swords energy. Listen to your intuition. So your intuition will be your guide, like we talked about with the meditation. You're ready. And they give you a choose a new direction. So when you get that, be open to new paths, new avenues. Let the universe do the heavy lifting. Let the universe be your guide, because good things are on the way for you, Libra. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.